Epilog.
What happened to Saskia?
She's alive. Wounded from our scrap, but alive. She impaled herself on a tree, and then I had to use that dagger. But she'll make it. Mountain air is good for a dragon's hide.
You're the most noble human I know, Gwynblade.
I'm no human.
I'm glad you reminded me. My hatred for the species abated for a moment.
What about Letho?
Strange thing. He sits in the Temerians' former camp. I believe he awaits you.
How do you know?
I saw him. He's got Triss.
Let's go. Tell me what happened here on the way.
While you were fighting Saskia, the city was staged to a bloody spectacle.
The players?
There were many. At first, it was a hunt for the traitors, but it soon turned into a hunt for all mages. And there were a few skirmishes between Kedweni, Redanian, and Temerian troops. Rape, pillage, and murder. Not necessarily in that order. The pastimes of the Order's pious knights. And the regular troops soon followed suit. The kings, with their choice units, left the city just after the dragon attacked.
And the Nilfgaardians?
Remained neutral. That is to say, they shot anyone who dared approach their camp.
When we're done with you, you'll be a lump of whimpering meat. Elf! Kill the non-human.
Beasts! Bloody sons of bitches!
Will you be all right?
Yes, thank you. Leave me.
What happened here?
When the summit ended, we hid in one of the houses. But they found us. They cut off both my sister's hands so she wouldn't cast spells. But I managed to escape. They caught me here.
Let's go, Gwynblade. This is madness. Lochmuin has changed. That's what it looks like now.
I think I heard something.
Imperial troops. Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor! Long live the Emperor! Managed to sneak into the Nilfgaardian camp. It was relatively quiet there. Then I saw Letho leading Triss out.
They let him go?
Let's drink some potions because we need this. We wolf. How the hell? 20 out. Have potion. Oh. Ow. Oh. Oh. And top of that. Plug on this one. So, and
Stop, Yorvith. I'm going alone.
Why?
This is between the two of us. Take care of Triss until I return.
Your choice.
Mine, indeed. There's one more thing you need to know. Nilfgaard's armies have crossed the Yaruga. War is inevitable.
Va fail, Gwynblade. Don't get killed.
Farewell, Yorvith. If I don't return within the hour, find Saskia and leave without me. Are you all right?
Yes. He saved me from the Nilfgaardians, and defended me from the troops.
It's time to end this. Yorvith's waiting. I'll catch up with you soon.
Geralt, he knows a lot.
I know, Triss. That's why we need to talk.
Don't get killed, Witcher.
I won't.
Took you a while?
Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the Royal Witch Hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first, vodka.
I only drink with friends.
What about old acquaintances? Eh? Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
The winter solstice 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every Witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our Witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
That's how Geralt lost his.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's tree and the wild hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here. The Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Time to fight. Ready?
As I'll ever be. You fear death. Stop. What does it feel like to be?
I said fight.
The wolf has teeth.
And they're sharp.
I'm better. I can tell already.
Of course you do.
You tire quickly. I don't want to kill you.
And I'll kill you gladly.
You're nowhere near my level.
Of course not. I'm no Kingslayer.
This is why Tornia Owl is really
Had
impressive.
enough of this dance. Goodbye, Geralt.
His level. Taking some screenshots. Ooh, See, this here is actually the easiest one, in my opinion. Because you're so overpowered. The first fight with him and the dragon are probably the hardest fights. In my opinion, at least.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. Along the way, he had met both the righteous and scoundrels, Bernard Laredo amongst the latter. Laredo sold Flotsam to Kedwin and scattered the local non-humans to the four winds. Flotsam became a military base. Its civilian population was resettled. In Edirn, the Witcher witnessed Saskia the Dragonslayer achieve a great victory. The Pontar Valley, previously Upper Edirn, became a promised land for outcasts who dared dream of freedom. Even sly old Zoltan Chive came to believe in this land of bliss. Yet dark times approached for the architects of the New Order. Dark clouds have been gathering over Temeria since Foltest's death. Stripped of its king, the land was like a rich cloth which nobles began to shred. These minor scavengers, however, scurried off in fear when true predators reached out for their prize. The summit at Loch Muin sealed the fate of Foltest's realm, when Radovid of Redania and Henselt of Kedwin divided it between them. A tempest descended on the north, at least partly the work of manipulative mages. It seemed the turmoil in Temeria, Edirn, and Kedwin would benefit them most. Common folk turned against sorceresses and all magic freaks, witchers included. Castles that had hitherto welcomed mavens of the magic arts now shut their gates to any who sought shelter there. A witch hunt ensued.
A wild hunt.
It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
And we made it in 2 hours and 58 minutes. So 3 hours and we completed chapter 3, which is the last chapter of the game. And we're good to go tomorrow, actually. Again, I'm probably not gonna stream the Wild Hunt before I actually complete it once. And after that, who knows? Stream it maybe a couple of times depending on my mood. We also have a couple other games. We have Might and Magic, Legacy 10. We still need to finish that one. Dragon Age, Dragon Age Inquisition that we need to finish. Or maybe actually start over. I've actually been thinking of starting it over again. Maybe I'm gonna complete it before and then afterwards maybe stream it. I haven't made up my mind yet. But Witcher 3 is definitely the next game I will focus on, and I will probably focus it on a lot. More because I just finished that, and again, I can't do the 9 hour, especially if I really want to, and the Witcher series has been so great to me. Even though with its flaws, and flaws it has, it's not a perfect game, but it has such an intriguing story, and I hope some flaws in Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 are going to be even better taken care of in the third one, which is due in 24 hours, pretty much. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for this time here, so, well, we can let I can't actually remember how long, the credits are. The funny thing is that actually, if I remember correctly, Grand Theft Auto 5, the credits on that is almost over a half hour long. But I don't think it's that long here. But the game itself, this here is actually where some of the more intriguing parts of the soundtrack comes in. Especially this track here we're listening to, and I think the next one that's coming up after that is probably two of my favorites of the Witcher 2 soundtrack, which I got with the game. Also, remember, if you picking up a new graphics card and already pre-ordered The Witcher, you don't need to. You can cancel your pre-order on The Witcher because if you buy any kind of 900 series, I think the 960, 70, and 80, or at least the 70 and 80, you get codes for Witcher 3 with it. Actually, that was before I picked mine up, but again, I'm actually thinking of picking up a second one and do some SLI after I update my screens. I have some old monitors which I wanna switch out. I want a 4K monitor as my main. That's gonna be main gaming, and then I want two small 24-inch beside 1080p to have that factor in. So that's my plan. I'm probably gonna get the Acer as the main one, which is freaking expensive. I think it's over $1,000 here. And then two small Aces besides, which are around like $100, 150, 125, I think. Problem is with my setup here, I can't switch out, or it's frustrating switching out one monitor at a time because the setup that I have is meant for, so there's no entwine between the resolutions from one screen to another. All of them match pretty much, and I hate that because I actually had that at work. I had 20-inch 1080p and a small 6, I think it was 17 or 19-inch, would have a shitty resolution. And when you have multiple screens running and you have that, it's gonna be cropped in some ways, and it's really annoying to look at, especially from for the eyes. So I want that more translucent feeling for it. I actually have that set up on my new job. I have 3 1080p screens running at work, which is great. But this year is going to be 4K to 1080p, and that's going to be a double resolution. So that is actually going to work quite well, I think. But yeah, and that it's going to be a 27-inch and 2 24-inch. I don't think I'm gonna stick with one monitor. I just need the more space I have. For instance, just for my setup right here, I have the game in the middle, and I have my Twitch stuff, my broadcasting, my IRC, I have Twitter, I have Facebook over here. So I'm constantly checking messages, and also when I'm not streaming, I have my Outlook and some other stuff here, and programs that I do, even remote desktop sessions and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons how my setup is. So I think I'm gonna skip out of this because this here is actually the interesting part. I actually don't remember this part at all. There's a lot of new stuff. All the things that Dandelion actually talks about is not something that's part of the first time I played the game, because the enhanced version not there. There are some new stuff also with changing, for instance. Hair changing and some of the new other quests are there. At least this here is also a other part of the story which I actually hadn't explored. So there are 2 branches you do in the first chapter that leads into 2 specific categories of storyline, intertwining into the main part, which is getting to beat the shit out of Letho if you want to. Here we have it. Enough Guardians. And there we have it, guys. There we have it. Ready for tomorrow. So I want to thank you all for stopping by. And again, I will upload these here 3 hours onto YouTube and put them in the Witcher playlist, the Witcher 2 playlist, and you can watch them whenever you want. And also, you can check out the highlights on Twitch. So thank you for stopping by, and until next time,